right, big smiles, the camera is on, the microphone is on, and today we are walking around Edinburgh, giving out leaflets, flyers, letting other business owners know that we're around and we are happy to make videos for them. I'm just asking if I can put the leaflets on and walk away. And as I'm doing that, I said, oh, we are a small company that does like video production for small business and around Edinburgh. And she got interested and she started asking me questions while making the nails, doing the nails, right? And she's like doing the nails and asking me, so what do you do? Like this. And then I explain. And then I told her to check out the website because there are other videos with hairdressers and stuff like that. So in the end, she said, I'm very interested. So I said, yeah, go for it. We are a little bit different. We do silly stuff and blah, blah, blah. And hopefully something will come up from that. But yeah, that was kind of the idea. That kind of gave me a really, like a positive boost, like compared to the state that we had at the beginning. Actually, I'll speak to these guys as well. Sometimes you feel the vibe from a person you're getting, and like you can see either you're interrupting their day or an important conversation. And because I'm trying to be spontaneous, sometimes I know I will be choosing the wrong moment, and it's better to just walk away or just gently remove yourself from the situation. But I still left couple. This is going to be very spontaneous, and it has to be. So if it's imperfect, that's kind of the thing. It's unlikely, although I should still speak to them, right? So do you mind if I left some flyers for you? Okay. I really like the idea of not pitching. She was like, yeah, absolutely, I can help other people doing local things, and we should support each other. You're not closing up compared to like really proper sales pitches. People are like closed off, they don't want to help, you're just trying to sell them something. And that's a big difference, honestly. I'm actually gonna take that off and walk around like that. They had a line of people waiting. So sometimes when you have a line of people waiting and they're busy, it's almost inappropriate just to try to get them to do something else instead of serving their customers. So good to eject yourself. So come over. Every time I speak to someone, I try to obviously sound as spontaneous as possible and say something different and something that is, you know, tailored to the industry that I speak to. So I say things and they're reasonably thought through, and actually I think they make sense and could be convincing. But sometimes I'd say something that I regret, and I'm like, I hate what I just said. I hate myself. I'm like, why did you fucking have to say this shit? It made you sound stupid. It made you sound like an idiot or whatever, right? And you have to deal with this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's regularly happens, and it's gonna happen. So I don't know. We'll see. What did I want to say? Oh yeah. I've done this before when I was walking around giving out flyers and stuff. When you leave a few, as you've been to 3 to 5 different places, afterwards you feel like, oh, I've done enough, I should go home now. Where you shouldn't. It's actually, you need to keep going. But again, going back to that comfort zone thing, where it's just like your body is just trying to tell you, that's enough of danger for today. And you just have to go home, and now you've done enough. It should be okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's not okay, and we have to continue. But I'm starting to feel that, and that's why I'm sharing it. It's like, we've been to a few places, it was very, very nice. Now let's go home. You know what I mean? So most people don't do this kind of stuff. And we'll come back there for sure. And the Cuckoo's Bakery, because a bakery could be a good place. So we'll see. But you see, places are starting to get busier and busier. So obviously I want to be very mindful of that and not, you know, interrupt people in the middle of something. Yeah. It's quite funny, sometimes the conversation goes like smooth and perfect, and sometimes it's like, it's not going so well, and you gotta kind of rescue it, you know what I mean? Sometimes I find it difficult to get going, because when you start off on a wrong foot with the conversation, let's go. Yeah, you start the conversation on the wrong foot, and you try to then spend most of the time just trying to rescue whatever you said, you know? But the man was very nice, and he was super supportive and helpful. By the way, dresses, wedding dresses, I'm going in. Oh. Hiya. I was trying to get a barber to work with for a very long time. For some reason, never worked out. Despite this amazing success we had with Magda and the hair salons that I worked with before, for some reason the barbers just didn't work out. And I've tried so many times. I don't know why. Because that's another one that could go so well, you know? I still get one. Sorry. We'll see. I was really bothered by the idea of people looking at me and being like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck he thinks he is? What's going on? Being super self-conscious. Now we are in the zone, and I don't give a fuck. And it's awesome. It's actually a great feeling. It makes me feel good. So let's keep going. When you talk to people, they don't verbalize everything they want or they need. And a lot of business owners get that wrong. They assume something, they have assumptions about what the person needs and wants. And if they're not good reading people, they will give them exactly the wrong thing or provide the wrong service. Focus on the person and then find out what they really want. And if they actually decide to go with us, they do it because they want to, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my thinking right now, is just focus on the person. Don't worry about everything else, just focus on the person and everything will work out. You don't have to advertise really much. Don't have to like go crazy, nail your pitch and be swift. Just be normal and say normal things to normal people and it will be fine. And that's exactly what's happening, you know? It's crazy. So I'm taking the backpack because I should be wearing my own weight with all the leaflets in here. We've got a long way to go. Still plenty of material to give away, but it's going well. Yeah. This was closed. You know, like I told you, this feeling when you want to go back home and be like, yeah, I'm done. I think it's past that. I'm like, I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. It's coming. But it's really hard to tell if anything will come up from it. And it's fine. I cannot just stay there and be hung up on the idea of, is she gonna call? Is it gonna happen? We have to move on. Like, well, whatever happens, happens. It's just kind of gonna go. You know? They call it a law of averages. The more people you talk to, the more chances you have that actually one of them will average out and call you or message you or send you an email or something like that. So you have to make the numbers big. So you have to talk to a lot of people, give out a lot of the leaflets. The more you do, the more likely it will happen. And I just wanted to leave some leaflets, or you can also pass them to a manager or the owner. Yeah. Appreciate that very much. Have a great day. Sometimes it's good if you got them on your side and then they will pass the materials to the manager or the owner. They can actually be on your side and help you out get through. They're almost like this gatekeeper. We're heading back to the city center, meet some people in the Okie Dokie Tattoo Studio, and then head towards George Street, Rose Street, and other places. Maybe get some little lunch between video services for like social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. The lady was also very, very nice to me. She says the best strategy is to be really just yourself. Right now, we just got a little bit of a break for lunch. Happens to be a Greek place, and also they didn't have any water to refresh after this little walk. And they had something called mastika, which is Greek, and it's got a very unusual flavor. happens to be that sometimes you taste a flavor that is not that great. And yeah, I don't know if you are Greek and you know what mastika is, tell me about it. I don't know what it is. It tastes a little weird. I mean, I'm drinking it because I'm very hot and it's kind of refreshing because it was in the fridge, but I don't like it so much. Anyway, we're gonna have this. I've got a little bit of coffee to keep us going, and then we head back to the town for the last bit of flyering before we wrap it up. Some kind of either service-based business, maybe like a tailor, maybe like some fancy interior designer. We'll see what they have here. Looks good. They're refurbishing furniture, so it could be a cool video to make, like proper refurbishment. Not gonna be advertising dirty dicks. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up really quickly right now, so you don't have to hold that camera any longer because I wore Billy out today. It's been a very, very long walk, probably about 12 miles. It was all about human connection. We spoke to a lot of people. I've gave out quite a few leaflets, and the main point of this is just to be yourself and getting to know people around you and getting those people to know you, who you are and what you do. And when you open your mouth, when you shake hands and meet them, you can make stuff happen. So hopefully out of all this, there will be some work coming our way. I will probably do some kind of update when we do this again. And I will tell you what was the result of this little walk. Until then, we have to wrap it up and see what's happening. So all the best and see you next time. Ciao. No.